Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Gengar's Revenge. So we're currently sitting at 1841. We took quite a big hit after the last loss. I think we lost over 20 points for that, so let's see if we can just try and get back up some of that today. Okay, so we have a 1749 player from Greece, and he has Bishop, Landorus, Gyarados, Metagross. Okay, so he's got pretty much only things which I don't want to face. And I'm not really sure yet how I'm going to deal with that. I would be tempted to bring the Scrafty, but it's not going to help me against the Metagross or the Bisharp. I'm quite tempted to try out my Whimsicott core, though I'm not confident it's going to work. He does have some priority, but not that much. Let me think. Though he will be expecting that, won't he? Okay, I'm just gonna go with the Dugong here. I was very tempted to bring my Whimsicott and Terrakion here, but I'm not confident I can pull it off. He does have a lot of Intimidate, and then if he can keep shuffling that, the beat-up's not going to work in my favor enough to secure a win. Okay, Gyarados and Kangaskhan. Those I can deal with. I'm kind of expecting him to switch though, so let me bring in my Scrafty here and protect. Okay, he could have definitely beaten me with his team, or he still might, but if he brought the right leads. But I guess having the other option of the Gengar Whimsicott always scares people, so even though I don't use it very much, I don't actually think I've used it on the YouTube channel yet, but when I do use it, it comes in very handy. And for the rest of the time, it acts as a repellent and team preview for certain combinations. Okay, so let's see what he goes for here. Fake Out into the Gengar, and Crunch into the Gengar. Okay. So that went reasonably well. Let's go for a knockoff into the Gyarados and Parasol. Interesting to see Crunch on the Gyarados. It does suggest it might... I would have thought it might be Mega if you have a Dark type move on Gyarados, but as we see, the Kang here does evolve, and normal Kang is pretty much unheard of outside of a Perish Trap team anyway. I'm guessing he's going to attack the Scrafty here with something. Okay, low kick shouldn't do too much damage, it's not very heavy, so... let's see, do I want to go for a double protect here, or should I already start switching something in? I think he's more likely to anticipate the double switch later, so I'm gonna protect here. Maybe the Gyarados will try taunt it, and I don't think he'll try to use a fighting type move into my Gengar just yet, so I'll switch him in here for Dugong. Because I mean, I can always go double protect and then fake out Trick Room on the last turn, but I can also do fake out Trick Room on the next turn and then double protect the last turn, so both kind of work out. Oh, he goes for a Dragon Dance. So I guess right now my question is, am I more scared of a neutral Gyarados or a -1 double edge. I'm definitely going for Trick Room here. We don't want to fake out. I'm concerned he might still have taunt, so I'm gonna go for the Gyarados. Too many times have I sort of thought I was safe and then been burned by something like that. Okay, so we'll go for a double protect here. And I think that means we should be doing fairly well for this next round. He did still have an Amoonguss, which could give me some trouble, so... I don't expect him to double into the Scrafty, so... I'm gonna switch it in here, just in case he has his Amoonguss in the back. Then I can fake out Trick Room, because we are in... I could fake out Perisong, because we are in Trick Room right now, so... I mean, at -2 and -1, I don't think they can KO the Scrafty here. And as long as I can get my Perisong up, 3 of them should be enough to secure the game from here on out. Okay, so he goes for the Dugong and he goes for the Scrafty, but that should definitely not KO at -1. Let me see crits. Okay. Okay, so he has the Landorus and the Bishop. Okay, so he didn't have the Mungus in the back, but I guess it was still a good precaution to have. And having the Scrafty now also means I'm not triggering his Defiant as well, so that's a good advantage there as well. And I think I'm going to go for the Fake Out on the Landorus, because the Bishop doesn't have any spread moves, so... As long as they don't KO both of my guys here, I should be able to win, so I'll just fake out the one with the spread moves. I don't think the Landorus would... I don't think it matters what I do, I don't think he can KO both of mine anyway, but you know, just on the safe side. Decided to go this way around. I'm expecting an Iron Head possibly into the Dugong, maybe knockoff Iron Head. Oh, into the Scrafty, okay, so he's going for the KO there. But yeah, again, now, I mean, if I have the option to double protect on the second turn of Perisong, that means it's pretty much game, so... This is pretty much the point where opponents can usually surrender if... well, forfeit if they just want to get on to the next game. Okay, so he goes for a Rock Slide and a knockoff. I don't think the Rock Slide can kill, so... I'll bring in my Gengar here and disable the knockoff. Well, it doesn't really matter anymore at this point. As long as I can get one Protect off the next turn, I'm fine. And since I have 3 Pokemon, they can't kill all 3 of them in one turn, so... Alright, so this should seal up the game now, and then we can get into our second battle of the day. So for some reason I haven't really been finding any opponents that are also 1800, not now at least, they all seem to have been 1700. But I'm hoping that we can get some higher rated players as well. Some 1800s, maybe 1900s. Okay, so we're back over 1850 again. So let's see if we can get 1900 by the end of the week, that would be nice. Then again, at least for this team it matters a lot upon which team I'm facing. So another 1780 rated player from Japan. Let's see what he has. Okay, another Aegis Slash. That's not what I wanted to see, but okay. The good news is that the rest of his team doesn't seem to be too much of an issue. So now I'm kind of thinking which of his Pokemon could KO the Dugong, because otherwise I can just protect the Gengar person with the Dugong. But I think I will bring in the Scrafty just to get some Intimidate damage off potentially against the Kangaskhan or the Arcanine. That team looks kind of familiar. I might have played this opponent already. I think if it was, then this was a Specs Hydreigon. Okay, that's perfect. That's really a perfect lead for me. Okay, so I'm going to switch out into Dugong here and protect. I don't want to fake out because, first of all, he might fake out my Gengar. And then at the second turn I'm kind of in a weaker position. And secondly, he may actually pull a switch with one or both of... Oh, shit. No, I wanted to protect. Okay, if he switches, that actually turns out to be a good play, but I really didn't mean to do that. I wanted to protect and switch in Dugong. The Scald should do like 2/3 or so, not more I think. Okay, it ended up working out quite lucky with the Perish Song, but that was definitely not my intention. Although if he Scalds into the Gengar it would have been the same, because then otherwise I would have protected here. Oh, he goes for Nicey Wind, okay. Right. Crit. Okay. Alright, so that misclick worked out slightly in my favor. What is he gonna do with that Zapdos though? That's the question. And I also want to be kind of cautious against the Milotic. I don't want to bring it to +4 either. Then it can actually start doing some damage. I think, yeah, let's go for Protect here and bring in the Gothitelle. I don't think he'll be able to pass up on the opportunity to use an electric type move on that Dugong, so... Oh, yes he does. Okay, but it's not a huge damage there. I should have definitely gone for a double switch there. Okay, so... Definitely getting outplayed here, but I think I do have the team advantage, fortunately. He might double into the Scrafty now, but I don't think it's too much of a problem. I'll be able to get my Trick Room up, I'll be able to get my Dugong back in. Maybe I should have Trick Roomed here, but I didn't really want to risk him getting KO'd there. And since the Zapdos does outspeed the Milotic, I knew Milotic wouldn't be able to do any damage on the Dugong when I switch him back in. Okay, so now I'm just gonna fake out Trick Room. I'm gonna fake out the Milotic because I don't really want to risk him getting rid of my Gothitelle here. And the Thunderbolt shouldn't KO. Based on the damage output it did on the Dugong, we'll do maybe half to 2/3, but not much more, I think. Oh, Rocky Helmet. Okay, then it might be slightly closer. But it should still be able to survive, so yeah, there we go. Then if he doesn't have anything too threatening in the back, I can just go for a Heal Pulse. And a Heal Pulse and Parasol, that's the word I was looking for. Okay, but he does have that Kangaskhan which we saw earlier, so I'll definitely be switching in my Scrafty on the next turn. And that should be able to get his attacks to -1. And give me a fake out on the turn following that, so... Kangaskhan and what? Aegislash maybe? Yep, Aegislash it is. Okay, so we're gonna go for Protect here and bring in the Scrafty. And since we are in Trick Room, if the Aegislash does turn into Blade form, the Scrafty can KO him on the next turn. Just in case the Aegislash is slower than the Dugong in Trick Room. Because I do know for sure the Scrafty will be slower than the Aegislash. Okay, so it looks like we've managed to get this game sorted out. Yeah, Shadow Ball won't do too much here. Okay, so now we'll go Perish Song and Knockoff. I don't want to fake out just in case the Aegislash is slower than my Dugong, so not a risk I'm willing to take. I do know it KOs the Aegislash in Blade form, so... Feel kinda silly using Parry Song when it's 4 against 1, but since I don't really have any strong attacks, at least not against a normal type, I guess this is what I'll have to go with. Oh, he didn't Mega, okay. Alright, so I'll bring in my Got here. I'm expecting him to double edge, but yeah, okay. So that's the match for the day, and that's our second game. So thanks again for watching, and see you for the next episode.